Hey, what's up everybody, it's the People's Crypto. I'm back again with another video. We have some interesting news in the cryptocurrency space. Nothing really too exciting, kind of like same old stuff, but before we dive in, please keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and please seek out a financial advisor with a background in cryptocurrencies or digital assets. Alright, so the first story is titled, Devere Group CEO predicts Bitcoin can replace gold as top safe haven within a generation. And this CEO is Nigel Green of the Devere Group, and he believes that the elections will probably result in a higher price for Bitcoin, and I do believe that's true. We just had the halving. I believe the last time we had a presidential debate here in the States, I think Bitcoin was a lot lower. If you would have been dollar cost averaging, let's say $100 every week, you would have invested somewhere along the lines of $20,000, I think $800, and your return on investment would have been, I believe, somewhere along the lines of $69,000 roughly. I'm just estimating, but it would have been somewhere along the lines of that amount of money. But I agree with Nigel Green. Bitcoin is going to go to the moon. Unfortunately, it's going to crash because this happens every time we have a halving. Bitcoin will hit or reach new all-time highs, then it will correct at least 80%, and then the pattern keeps repeating itself for the next 4 years or for the next couple of halvings. So it's just to be expected. I'll leave the description for this story in the description below. Let's take a look at the next story. It says data shows interest in Ethereum is crashing. Here's why. This is bullish. Okay, basically Ethereum 2.0 was supposed to come out. It didn't come out. And right now it's been trading sideways. It hasn't really been doing much. It's been staying around 350, going back and forth, maybe 350 to like 340 to maybe 360. Nothing special. Bitcoin has been doing pretty much the same thing. It's been hovering between 10,600 and 10,800. We really haven't broke past 11,000 yet. So, you know, Bitcoin is the market leader, so all the other cryptos tend to follow. We haven't reached it yet where all of the other cryptocurrencies are interdependent of Bitcoin and don't follow its price action. So just have to be patient. Ethereum 2.0 was supposed to launch, but then they found bugs, and this has just been an ongoing thing. Ethereum 2.0 was supposed to launch as far back as 2017. We're in 2020 already. I think this just it's just really people just gonna look at Ethereum killers to put their money in. They would probably look at anything from Cardano to Zilliqua, and there's a couple others, but for the most part, everyone is building on the Ethereum blockchain. So this is still, in my opinion, I think, extremely bullish. No one has jumped ship to the other Ethereum killers or competitors yet. So just have to be patient. Ethereum will probably break through $350 in a couple weeks. Just have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully they give us positive news that Ethereum 2.0 will come out either sometime, hopefully next week, but that probably won't happen, but hopefully before the year's over. So just have to hold on and be extremely patient. A lot of this technology is brand new, so just have to wait and see. Let's take a look at the next story. It says JPMorgan admits fraud, agrees to $1 billion settlement for illegal trading. We touched on this briefly, I believe a couple shows ago, but it was like 4 banks. They're laundering money for mobsters, drug cartels, but they've also been manipulating the gold and silver prices. So not really too surprised about that. So I think we were actually supposed to have higher prices for gold and silver, but due to their manipulation, they've kept the prices down for quite some time. But now we're starting to see an uptick in gold and silver prices and other precious metals as well. So not really surprised by that. What I find really ironic, though, is didn't Warren Buffett just dump a couple of his bank stocks? how, like, the timing of that is just really incredible. So a couple months ago, he dumps these bank stocks. He buys a gold mining stock. I just find that really, really too convenient. That's too much of a coincidence that he dumps it and then all of its bad news just starts coming out with regarding these banks. It's just really incredible. Maybe it's a little insider information there. Maybe he knew something that we obviously didn't know, but now it's coming out. So yeah, that's really the timing of that is really, really interesting. I'll leave the link to this in the description below. Let's take a look at the next story. It says merchants accepting Bitcoin, allowed zero chargeback risk, says BitPay report. All right, so they picked a couple merchants. They noticed that they weren't getting any chargebacks. If you're not aware of this, but there's like this big thing that's going on. Well, it's been going on for a really long time. But people go on the dark web. They get these credit card. They buy people's credit card information, and they put their actual real names on the credit card or the cards that they get online with customers' information on it. But they get it, they go in the stores, they purchase whatever they want. They go to sometimes lavish or expensive retailers. They buy a bunch of different stuff. And what tends to happen is the retailers, just a couple months or sometimes a couple weeks later, then they'll get hit with chargebacks, because then it would come out that the purchases that were made were fraudulent. It wasn't actually the individuals making the purchase. It's a little weird, but this happens all the time. People swipe and buy a whole bunch of things, and hell, they like I said, they even have their names sometimes on these bogus credit cards. So there's really no way to really tell if that's really the individual, even if they do present ID, because you can buy all of this stuff on the dark web and put your name on the cards, even though it's actually not your credit card. It's someone else's. It's really weird, but it happens all the time. But, you know, now merchants are starting to come to the realization, hey, if someone pays with Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, they're not getting hit with chargebacks. So adoption is happening, and more merchants and more retailers will start seeing the benefits of using Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. They don't have to worry about losing money, because I think if someone was to purchase something that costs maybe $200 or $300, it's just stealing, because they swipe the card, they walk out with the item, and then just a couple weeks later, your company has to now pay for that $200 or $300 item that was essentially stolen. It's stealing, but it's whatever. It's going to keep happening until people, come to the realization that using cryptocurrencies is actually a lot better than accepting debit, credit, or even fiat. With fiat, you run the risk of it being counterfeit. So there's that. Let's take a look at the next story. It says QCoin hack unpacked, more crypto I'm getting tongue-tied here. QCoin hack unpacked, more crypto possibly stolen than first feared. If you aren't aware, QCoin got hacked a couple of days ago. This happens all the time, and I highly recommend, if you're going to be in the cryptocurrency space, if you have any money on Coinbase, KuCoin, Binance, any of these exchanges that hold your coins for you, please remove them from there, because they run the risk of either getting hacked, or the company might go out of business, or let's say Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency starts going parabolic. Well, at least with Coinbase, from what we've experienced in this space, they always crash, or for some reason, a bunch of people try to log in at once to either buy or sell Bitcoin, and for some reason, it just never works out where it can run. So I don't know what that's about, but that happens all the time with Coinbase. So my advice to you, and yes, this is probably the only time you'll hear me give advice. If you have any money on any exchange, remove it immediately. Do not keep it there. If it's not your keys, it's not your coins, you want to have all of your cryptos whether that's Bitcoin, altcoins, or even shitcoins, excuse my French, you want to have that on a ledger or a Trezor, or you can even use the Exodus wallet. Just whatever you do, just do not leave it on an exchange. But yeah, not surprised by this. Let's take a look at the next story. It says government investment firm develops blockchain health passport in Singapore. I think there's also another crypto. There's a cryptocurrency in Singapore. I believe that is zilliqua. I think they're working with the Singapore government to develop, I think, a stable coin or something of that nature. I can't really remember, but I know that they're working with the Singapore government, if I'm not mistaken. But this is just proof that blockchain is being developed. And, you know, unfortunately here in the States, it's not really taking off how it should be. They're dragging their feet. But in other countries, they are taking advantage of blockchain technology and they're implementing it. I think we are supposed to have something similar like ID 2020. I think that's like a Microsoft Bill Gates type of blockchain project that's supposed to be implemented sometime in the future. So I mean, it's happening, but there's a whole bunch of conspiracies behind what's going on with that. Just put it in YouTube, or put it in LBRY or anywhere, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But adoption is happening. Merchants are using Bitcoin. You have billionaires starting to see the usefulness in having crypto or Bitcoin instead of fiat. So the news is traveling. So you just must be patient and hodl, at least for a couple halvings. But this is why I would also recommend maybe looking into other altcoins that have a good use case. But be careful, because not all coins are good. Some are actually really bad. They're called, shit coins, if you will. Let's take a look at the next story. And this is Cardano's real competition is not who you'd expect, says new Cardano Foundation CEO. I'll just sum this up for you real quick. He says he believes that their biggest competitor, or, for, blockchain projects, is essentially tech companies. And I've said this before, and that would be Google, Amazon, Alibaba, all of those players that's in the tech space. They can easily create their own blockchain, throw it on your cell phone, or have an app. They could do whatever. They are the biggest threat, in my opinion, to these current blockchain companies. We already seen Alibaba in a video I did a couple videos ago. Alibaba has had the most patents for blockchain technology, I think, this entire year. You have Facebook with their LBRY project, which we don't really know what's going on with it, but I'm pretty sure they didn't stop. Google and Amazon will probably be creating some of their own type of blockchains or cryptocurrencies in the future, and Microsoft has created or patented this. It's weird. It's like if you move, you get paid in their cryptocurrency. It's some weird type of crypto. It's like something out of Black Mirror. And I believe they did have an episode where you exercised and you got paid in this weird digital currency. But that's besides the point. But they are coming. Just give it some time, and before you know it, there'll be a LBRY coin, there'll be a Alphabet coin, or there'll be a Prime coin or something like that, or a Alibaba coin. I would not be surprised if maybe in 2 or 3 years' time that they're working on their own particular blockchain, or they may be doing it now and they're not releasing that to the public. That wouldn't really surprise me, but yeah, that's that story. And let's take a look at the, well, didn't want to go there. Let's take a look at the current prices of the crypto currencies. All right, so Bitcoin is 10,700. Ethereum is 360. Like I said, it was trading sideways, 350, 360. Tether is $1. XRP is 24 cents. Binance coin is 29.43. Binance is doing actually pretty good. It's doing pretty well. I cannot lie. Bitcoin Cash is 227.40. Polkadot is $4.38. Chainlink is $9.87. Look like it's going back up, but slowly. Bitcoin SV is 172.78, and Cardano is 10 cents, which is not really that bad. And yeah, market is doing okay, but not great. But yeah, that is actually going to do it for this video. If you're listening to the video on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and also hit that notification button. If you're listening on LBRY, you can leave me a LBC tip, which is worthless right now, but that's fine. You can leave me a tip. I'll take it. If you're listening on ODYSSEY, just hit that fire button, which I believe is the equivalent to a like on YouTube. You can also follow me on Facebook. Well, I'm not on Facebook. What am I saying? You can follow me on Twitter, and yeah, I don't know why I said Facebook. I don't have Facebook. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for listening, and I will see you guys and gals later.